The Korean War, a complex conflict. The Korean War, often referred to as the Forgotten War, is a pivotal but often overshadowed conflict that occurred from 1950 to 1953 on the Korean Peninsula. It was a war of immense international significance, marked by complex geopolitical dynamics, ideological struggles, and devastating human toll. This essay examines the origins, key events, major actors, and legacy of the Korean War, shedding light on its place in history. The historical context. 1. Division of Korea. Korea had been a unified kingdom for centuries until the late 19th century, when it became the target of imperialist ambitions, leading to its division. In 1945, at the end of World War II, the Korean peninsula was divided along the 38th parallel into two occupation zones, the Soviet-backed North and the American-backed South. 2. Emerging Cold War. The post-World War II era was marked by growing Cold War tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union, and Korea became a focal point for these tensions. The division of Korea reflected the broader global struggle for influence and power between the two superpowers. The outbreak of war, 1950. 1. North Korean invasion. On June 25, 1950, North Korean forces, under the leadership of Kim Il-sung and with the support of the Soviet Union and China, launched a surprise invasion of South Korea. The Korean War had begun. 2. International response. The United Nations Security Council quickly passed a resolution condemning North Korea's aggression and called for member states to assist South Korea. A UN command, primarily composed of American and British forces, was established. Key actors in the war. 1. Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung, a communist leader with close ties to the Soviet Union and China, led North Korea during the war. He aimed to reunify Korea under communist rule. 2. Syngman Rhee. Syngman Rhee, a staunch anti-communist, was the president of South Korea. He was a strong advocate for the defense of South Korea's sovereignty. 3. Harry S. Truman. Harry S. Truman, the President of the United States at the time, played a central role in shaping American policy during the Korean War. He committed American forces to support South Korea. 4. Joseph Stalin. Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin provided crucial support to North Korea, including military equipment, advisors, and diplomatic backing. 1. Early North Korean successes. In the early stages of the war, North Korean forces made rapid advances, capturing large portions of South Korea, including Seoul. The situation looked bleak for the UN and South Korean forces. 2. Inchon Landing, 1950. General Douglas MacArthur, the commander of UN forces, executed a daring amphibious landing at Inchon in September 1950. This successful operation turned the tide of the war and allowed UN forces to retake Seoul. 3. Chinese intervention. In October 1950, Chinese forces intervened on behalf of North Korea, catching UN forces off guard. The war escalated as Chinese troops crossed the Yalu River, leading to intense battles. 4. Stalemate and ceasefire talks. The Korean War settled into a brutal and protracted stalemate, with both sides engaging in trench warfare. Ceasefire negotiations began in 1951 but took over 2 years to yield an armistice agreement. The Armistice Agreement, 1953. 1. Armistice terms. On July 27, 1953, an armistice agreement was signed, effectively ending the fighting. The agreement established a demilitarized zone along the 38th parallel, creating a buffer between North and South Korea. However, it did not lead to a formal peace treaty. 2. Human cost. The Korean War had a devastating human cost, with millions of soldiers and civilians killed, wounded, or missing. Families were divided, and entire cities were left in ruins. Impact of the Korean War. 1. Division of Korea. The Korean War did not result in a reunified Korea. Instead, it deepened the division between North and South. The Armistice left Korea divided along the 38th parallel, a situation that persists to this day. 2. Military and political realignment. The Korean War prompted realignment in the Cold War era, with the United States maintaining a long-term military presence in South Korea and deepening its commitment to containment against communist expansion. 3. Economic and political transformation. South Korea underwent a remarkable transformation in the post-war years, evolving from a war-torn nation into a thriving economic and political powerhouse. 4. Ongoing tensions. Despite the armistice, tensions have persisted on the Korean peninsula. North Korea's nuclear program, human rights abuses, and provocations continue to pose challenges to regional stability. The Korean War is a complex and often overlooked conflict in world history, but its significance cannot be underestimated. It shaped the course of the Cold War, deepened the division of the Korean peninsula, and left a legacy of enduring tensions. The war serves as a poignant reminder of the human toll of conflict and the imperative of seeking peaceful solutions to international disputes.